get started. I am sharing my screen. Okay, so in this, we will create a student class. Now, what is the student class? It will have integer ID. Students will have a name. Okay, students will also have the marks. Okay, a total marks or something I will store in it. It is integer. Okay, now this class objects we can create. Objects, when we create an object, the memory will be allocated for the class variables. So these are the class variables. So class variables are also called instance variables. These are the instance variables of a class. And so let us only create variables. Methods we will create later. Okay. Now this is a class. What a student can have the attributes: name, marks, ID. Okay. Now I will create an object of a student in this. So when we create an object, how we create object? Student S1 equals to new student. New is a keyword used to create an object. Okay, new is a keyword used to create an object. Object meaning is it's a variable of type class. Okay, integer is the data type, and for ID, this is the data type for ID. Now, for this S1, student is the data type, meaning the student class type of object we are creating. So, the object S1 created. So, when we write this statement, the memory for ID, name, marks for this S1 is allocated in the memory. So, when we write this statement, okay, when we write this statement, memory for ID, marks, and name is allocated. So, meaning is we can write S1 dot ID. For a S1, I will assign ID as 1. For a S1 object, we can write name. So, this is a name, or this student name is, for example, we will write Sandhya. Okay. Now, S1 dot marks. I will assign some marks as 120 something. Okay. Next we will take second object. We can create a one more object. So how many students we will have in a system? Multiple. So next time the object name we have to give different, or you give student also, student 1, student 2, like this, or S1, S2, anything is fine. So now object name S1. For this S1 dot ID, I will assign ID as 2. Now student dot name. The name of this student is, for example, Shravani. Okay. Student 1 dot marks equals to, I will take some 100. Okay. So the objects when we create, memory is allocated for the class variables. Before that, there is no memory allocated. So how many objects you create, that many memory blocks will be like allocated, and all are separate. Okay, S1 is separate, student 1 is separate. So now instead of student 1, you give student 1, student 2, S1, S2, anything is fine. So this I will give student 2, this I will give student 1. So immediately S1 is getting error because the object name is changed. With this name, the object is created. So we have to use this only. Okay. Whatever we gave object names, we have to use the same. So I will write student 2 here. Right? The error is gone. Getting the difference? The objects will have the memory allocated for this ID name marks. So you have to give the same object where the memory is allocated. Okay. So the values we assigned of the same type. So string, name is string. So we are assigning in the double quotes. Integer is, we are assigning numbers. Okay. Marks is also integer. We are assigning the marks. Is it clear? Okay. Jason, Sandhya, Shashidhar. Clear, everyone? Shruti, Shravani. Yes, able to understand?
Yes.
Okay. Now the object is created, the memory is allocated, and we are able to assign the values. Now I want to print the student 1 or student 2. Okay. So how to print individual values? We have system.out.println. But I want to print all three names. So we will write one method, reusable method, void details, or we will write show details. Method name as a show details. And in this we will print ID. So which is ID equals to plus ID. Variable name is ID. Whatever is your ID will be printed. So whenever your this method is called, so whatever is name of that current object, it will print a name. Okay, whatever is marks. Okay, is printed. Why we are writing plus? It's a concatenation for a string and dummy message, right? The variable name is ID. ID is printed. Name is printed and marks is printed. So now show details is inside a student. It is inside a class. So we have to call it with the object name. So object name s2 dot show detail. If you call this s2 dot show detail, what it will print? S2 object data, ID name marks for S2 will be printed. The ID name marks for S2 is 1, Sandhya and 120. That is printed. If I call with student 1, so it will print student 1 object. So let us run and see which objects it is printing before we print. Okay. Let us run. So I will right click. Yes, instance variables methods has to be created outside a main method. Correct. Okay, this printing ID is 1, Sandhya and 120. Yes, the S2 object details are correct. It is not printing S1 object details because we did not call student 1 dot show details. Okay, we did not call that. Student 1 dot show detail. Okay. So it is printing ID to Shravani and 100. Fine. Okay, so I will share this program in the chat. Fine. Able to understand everyone? Yes, everyone able to understand?
Yes.
Yes, okay, good. Yes, completed. Everyone able to understand?
It's giving me an error. Student cannot be resolved to a type.
Okay. Okay, show me. Who is getting the error?
Me, I'm not able to share my screen.
Okay, just a minute. I will make you host. Yeah. Now share a screen. Yes. So your class name is student 2. So you have to create object of student 2. Right? Class name student 2. Yes, correct. Line number 19. Yes. And new student 2. So your class name as it is, you have to write.
Okay, so
Write
for
a
each.
student 2 as, yeah, new student 2. That is student 1 is correct. The object
Okay.
name is correct. Now 25 line number new student 2 you have to write. Hmm.
Okay, whatever the
Save it.
class.
Yeah, correct. Whatever a class name, we have to write the same. Yes, got the resolution.
It's still saying error.
Okay, what is the error? Run it now. Save it, run it. Right click, run as.
It says error exists in the required project.
No, I'm not able to see the error. There is no error in the code. Now run it. Right click, run as application, Java application. Yes. Yes, you have the output.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So it is anyone else getting the error? No. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Have a great day.
Rajni?